everyone. I don't know how much people already connected, but let's starting. So in this video, I decide to show how I can incorrectly capture something, and some ways how it's possible to fix this capture. So maybe it was early in this year, I again decided to visit small city Tetebayashi in Gunma Prefecture, where I already scanned several sculptures from Japanese artist Fujino Tenko, and that I found really attractive. So I think I already scanned 4 of them or maybe more, and it still was some sculptures across this city that I still not scanned. And yeah, so I visited and I tried to scan 2 more of them, and even if I thought that I scanned them pretty well, later I found that I made several mistakes, and one of the biggest mistake was the choice of lens I used. Before, I always have really nice results with 20mm Sony lens on full frame sensor, but at that time, even in first moment after processing images to RealityCapture, and even if all images was aligned on the first attempt, like 609 from 699 cameras, so nothing suspicious was in this moment. So I don't see any strong issues with sparse point cloud. So looks like everything working. So I thought it will be quick reconstruction, but at the end I get these results. This is already decimated version, 90 million polygon mesh. So let me show what sort of issue I found after reconstruction. Okay, and oh wait, solid. Yeah, so these kind of surface shifts, and maybe someone will think that this is not so bad and it can be easily fixed in ZBrush, but actually I really hate this type of errors, because even if you will try to smooth these surface shifts, you will destroy the original shape of object I scanned. So I see same surface shift here. Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's possible to fix with ZBrush later. But again, so it's a little bit too much errors. This noise here. Yeah, the backside. I will show later why that was happen. And actually, this may be also not so bad, because it's not surface shift, it's just lost of some areas that can be fixed. Yeah, so some areas reconstructed pretty well, some expected quality, because it's a shadow and this is kind of metal surface. But yeah, this one give me, yeah, so I wasn't happy with what I see here. So let's maybe first discuss why that was happen. And main reason, yeah, I tried to just quickly capture, and it's a hobby scan, and it was not so bad timing. It was weekend, not so many people, if I understand right, or this is I don't know, maybe it's National Museum, or maybe it's kind of, it's library, or I don't remember. So it wasn't people that was kind of looked to me when I scanning. So I had time, but yeah, I'm too lazy sometimes. And yeah, so I thought I captured everything well, but so okay, let's see what we have if we use it 20mm lens. Main problem with so wide lenses, this is different type of not different type, different distortion of the features on the center and on the side. So even if this lens have not so strong lens distortion, actually it's really nice lens, but actual distortion of the features, like for example, like this dot, it can be as a perfect dots somewhere here, but on the side near the corner, or it can be as a long line, and as a result RealityCapture just cannot match these features. And I think it's actually only yeah, let's see, yeah, so I enable it in the view, show residuals, yeah, and we can see this is actually what control points, automatic type points, what RealityCapture found and was used. So they quite strong here, and it's actually almost the center of model and image, but here we almost don't have any features. Let lens distance type points. No, yeah, so like this. So features not evenly distributed on images, and this is the main problem with wide lenses, especially if you scanning objects like this. So for interiors where you have not so much space, and wide lenses can work much better than with object scans. And yeah, it's my mistake, because before I had really well results, but objects was smaller than this one. This, I think it's about maybe, yeah, it's like almost human scale, so not plus, I think about 2 meters, 2 meters half of the total size with stand. And let me maybe okay, now let's do okay. So if we, let's assume it's our object, and this is, by the way, how about sound? Is this something bad or not? Because it's the first time when I streaming and not really sure if I did everything correctly. So please write on live chat if something I should to fix. Okay, let's check 20mm lens. It's a field of view. So 20mm lens on full frame. It's actually, yeah, it's almost 83 degree. So 83 degree. Okay. So let's imagine if it's our lens, and oh yeah, red, yellow, red. So if this area we can, in the center of image, we can capture without any distortions, but more to the side we have up to 40-45 degree to the surface of from the sensor center. So if this here we have perfect cycle, and here we'll have twice longer ellipse, and for feature matching this is really hard to understand that it's the same, especially if here we have quite close up capture, and this is maybe 1 or 2 centimeters size, and here it will be almost like 5 centimeter from maybe or no. So yeah, I think you got the maybe idea. And maybe if I was scanning all cameras more like this, yeah, without tilting camera, maybe it was not so bad. But because I always trying to capture all visible surfaces, so I also captured like this, and as a result a lot of scans, or a lot of images. Okay, let's disable typos. Yeah, so some surfaces just or out of focus already, because even if this wide lens and it have pretty nice depth of field, it's still already from maybe 2 meters from the sensor, it's already out of focus, and the feature is already blurred. Or like this, it's also here I have really big, and it's actually out of focus a little bit. Yeah, so it's out of focus issues, material properties, it's like metallic sculpture, difference in scale, and actually because it's too wide lens, objects is only about 30%, maybe even 20% of image. So as a result, that's what I have. So how it's possible to fix this? So using control points, First, let's check. So, yeah, I forgot to mention that I always, as soon as I use the same sensor lens, I always group images, and yeah, at this moment all images are grouped. Calibration group is yeah. So because this capture have vertical and horizontal captures, it actually group it into two groups. No, not so much actually. Yeah, so all vertical images, they in group number 0, and the horizontal that I use it to capture, they in the second group. Yeah, and actually I think I also should show the actual images and environment that I try to capture. So scanning outdoor and especially some areas that have some roof, but you have so strong difference in exposure, and I think I use it. Yeah, I use it 1/200 speed and 500 ISO. Yeah, maybe. And I think I use it some automatic. So actually, these images have noise, and a combination of this noise with this kind of surface that can have can be so flat, already can give as a problem. Yeah, so as you can see, it's pretty smooth. It still have a lot of details, but again, it's metallic reflection that also already give some issues. So yeah, and yeah, I created geometry layer. It's images for aligning and for meshing that I always using, where I try to expand dynamic range of object itself and deshadow. Yeah, so like this. So I try to eliminate shadows as much as I can, and maybe lower some highlights. But still, especially from back side, I can maybe show. Yeah, I think. Yeah, you can see it have pretty strong noise that already hard to control, especially in capture time, because yeah, outside it was a sunny day. Here it was not far from the wall, so kind of like this. Yeah, at least the best thing that it was enough space around this object, so I can walk around, use Nodal Ninja pole with the camera on top, and no people that look to me. So yeah, it was quite comfortable, and yeah, unexpectedly it was become not so well. So yeah. Okay, let's go here. So I think when I just made this project and I align it, I think I this is not, I usually not use first aligning. I always, after that, I do some tweaking and align some more time. But yeah, so this is just grouped images, because we use, I use it same lens everywhere. Yeah, I use it after focus. In camera, it was enabled, I think it was enabled on lens optical stabilization. So I already, because I'm working with this scan last week, I already found that maybe it was possible to do some fixes even without control points, but I will show later that they still not work so well. So yeah, this is a scan, all cameras aligned, I have surface shift. I completely forgot that in aligning settings I use it distortion model brown. Actually, brown 3 model, if you have optical stabilization in the camera or on the sensor, it's always better enable at least brown 3 with tangential, because yeah, tangential distortion is about sensor movement when it's like so it, I think 5 or 6 levels of freedom, so it can not only move up and down, but it also can tilt or rotate a little bit, and that's why tangential distortion was introduced, was included in this mathematical model. So yeah, actually I forgot that usually on the first aligns I usually enable use simple brown 3, and later I use brown 3 with tangential. Sometimes it's not needed, so that's why I think I forgot about this. But yeah, let's return later to this. So control points. So yeah, definitely this area give me a lot of pain. Yeah, so these surfaces, and I think we need to find good control points that can be used. Yeah, and immediately I can see this dot. Yeah, yeah, these points can be used. These actually these not so small and not so big comparing to this one, and I definitely will use this later. But here one thing that I don't really like, because this feature, this dirt don't have sharp edges, and it can give us some issues later. Okay, yeah, so I see this. I think I will use this one. Yeah, so let's create the first control point, and I usually just prefer to drag and drop. Okay, yeah, so when I click to control point, I can zoom in, zoom out, and still holding left button pressed. So I usually set somewhere in the center. Okay, let's I think it was this one. No, not this. Really? Oh yeah. Wait. Yeah, it's actually the same. Yeah, by the way, we already can see. So even if I precisely put control points in this feature, I already have 9 pixel error. So it definitely shows me that I have a problem here. And okay, so let's confirm this. How it's named? Settings. Suggestion point. To work with control points and suggestion points, it's usually quite comfortable to use this way. So you, especially if you have a long list of suggestion points that going one to another without already approved points. So you can click left click and holding this left click, zoom in, zoom out, put your cursor in the center of this control point and press enter to confirm, and it automatically switch to the next control point. I still holding the mouse, and because this control point was already approved by me, so I just press one more time enter. And yeah, next image, yeah, you can see this image, this area quite out of focus, and I think, yeah, it's actually show us why we have these issues. So in focus, some areas more deeper in between legs, but the knee is out of focus. But anyway, it's still quite nice feature because I can see the center of this. So yeah, I put to the center and again press enter. This one was already approved. Next one again, slightly move, holding, press enter, and again. Okay, so we have first 6 points, but we can see that so many images actually looking to this area, but RealityCapture still not again, I forgot this name. Don't suggest us other cameras. And for that, what I usually do, so it's definitely possible to click on some images, manually drag and drop control point to this feature. Sometimes RealityCapture start to showing new suggestions, but there is a more convenient way to work with this, and for that we will enable Add Control Points tool, and now we can sample control point on 3D model, or this actually can be not, so it's not a mandatory to have 3D model. You can work with the same and using sparse point cloud. So, but working with a sparse point cloud, quite often when you move the mouse, it see type point, automatic type points from a cloud somewhere from the backside, and yeah, sometimes so you need to see on 2D image view where actually you sampling. So, but let me switch to 3D model and disable type points. Okay, what I actually doing right now, so I don't want precisely sample the feature or put the control point exactly on the control point 0, but I'm trying to find area on knee that have visible and have good tracks to maximum possible cameras. So yeah, maybe like this, or okay, I like this one better. So yeah, I click, and now and let's disable. Now I have one control point and second one with suggestions, and it's possible to just drag and drop the first control point to this one. And now in RealityCapture, actually trying, maybe not in this moment, but later, RealityCapture can filter out some control points that may be completely out of just incorrectly suggested. But let's maybe first fix a little bit. Okay, yeah. That one is bad. So again, I still holding I left click and holding the mouse button, and because I don't see the feature here, I think it's hidden by surface, so I just press delete. Yeah, and this image actually already give me a correct one, so I can move and press enter. Okay, this one, yeah, not bad. Yeah, and now, because when you'd first just drag and drop first control point to new control point with only suggestions, sometimes to fix these suggestions, you need to tweak positions of the control points. So RealityCapture can automatically a little bit recompute position. And after that, yeah, we can go to the top. Oh, I think it's okay. Yeah, it's also out of focus, but still we can maybe recognize this as a feature. Yeah, or we have this one. That one it's better delete. This one I will delete. This one I will fix and enter. This one I think I will delete. Okay. This one I fix. So if this is only 2 suggestions, and after that long list of already approved control points, I just usually prefer to unclick and choose the one. Okay, still a lot of images missed. For example, this one. Yeah, and yeah, let's maybe manually set control point, drag and drop. Okay, next. Okay. Drag and drop. We have some more. By the way, can you hear the music? I was enabled, but I don't hear any music. Background music. It should play, I think. But why I cannot hear? Desktop audio. Okay, never mind. we have more interesting thing to do. So big errors. And comparing to using control points for aligning purpose with using control points with fixing surface shifts, here we should set as much images as possible. So if this area visible from like 50, 70, 100 images, perfectly we should set the control points on all these images. So this step actually really quite time consuming. Okay. Yeah. So we going enabling oh, Control Z. Sorting, yes. Oh, no. Delete. I'm not sure about this. Actually, I really wish that in RealityCapture was implemented the feature that have context capture that I actually trying to ask RealityCapture developers to do for many years. RealityCapture mostly related to suggestions, and but in context capture, it show when you work with control points, it show the all images that can have this control point, and maybe this is not so critical if you use control points to align when you need to align separate components, but when you working with such cases like surface shifts, it was much more convenient to have to see all images automatically that should have this control point. Okay, let's leave this to the next. Let's rename right ling. Yeah. And sometime I usually prefer to set a little bit more control points. Okay, where's the next? Yeah, I like this one. This. Here, maybe. This time I did not set a control point precisely on image, so I automatically set, and now I can go through all control points. Yeah, and you can see that it's already add more suggestions because it usually automatically adds some suggestions based on where you put control point, and if RealityCapture can see enough tracks, it can automatically add more suggestions. Yeah, and you can, by the way, you can see that on this image, this feature is, I think, about 4 pixel size. This one may be 6, but this already 2 times bigger, so it's about 12 or 16 pixels, and it's actually quite bad for feature matching, because feature matching, it's not not smart. So it cannot recognize like a coin that can be like taking 50% of image, and the same coin that you captured far from like 1 or 2 meters and that have only 10 pixels, and we human, we can understand that, but especially this classical photogrammetry, classical feature matching, it's related more to corner detection, edge detection, gradient detection, and when feature have so strong difference, it just cannot be matched by using these algorithms. Okay, let's add more. Oh, this one is a little bit better. Drag and drop. Yeah, I like this feature, but that this area, I think, already have not so strong surface shift, and just to help a little bit to aligning, it's better to add control points here, because control points, it's not like a pins, it's not like a nails, so it's still some sort of helpers. It's actually not so strong difference comparing to automatic type points, automatic features detected and matched. It's almost the same point on 3D space or point on images, just that have higher weight than automatic, like these red dots, like these type points. So if these type points, they have weight maybe 1, then control point is actually have like 10. So it's more like a help, like suggestion to aligning algorithm that this point have high impact on how bundle adjustment should be done. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's try to align. I don't think. Let's do a save and align. Yeah, just to be safe. Because I already working with this project for almost 1 week. I have all features detected and they cached, so it's quite comfortable, yeah, so quite fast. Yeah, so we can see that control points arrows change it from reddish to yellow, and I can try to fix or just to check what error actually have this control point. Yeah, so our control here, but it suggests that it should be there, but it's incorrectly. So how we set it's correct one. So this still this control point and this image still have some issues, and yeah, the same here. Yeah, and this is almost like 45 degrees to the sensor. That's why maybe. But anyway, so I will need to fix. Okay, let's align one more time. Oh, so 10 people already watching. By the way, how it's boring or not, you also can write maybe questions just in case I something not explained. That time a little bit longer. Yeah, it's not a problem that you was late. This video will be available after the stream was finished, so you can rewatch it from start. And oh, actually 49 minutes already. So okay, we don't need this one. And okay, go back to the original alignment. Yeah, you can see how strong errors. Okay, let me check. So I have, so yeah, actually that what I already made, so you can see I'm trying to add more and more control points, and this is actually original one. So almost all these control points have 2 strong gears. But let me check point number 5. Yeah, this area. Okay, let's do the same here. To be honest, it's better maybe put control point here. Because they on the same line, and it's always better to have 3 points, because that's how we can define surface, the plane on 3D space. With only 2 points, it's we cannot define the plane. But okay, let's choose the hand. Control point. Yeah, it's hard to work with this. Not so much surface and control points. Okay, let's try with this one. Yeah, from first looks, this is a perfect feature, but in this scan, it's hard to use this as a control point, because it don't have a simple shape, and on areas that will be out of focus, it will be hard to understand. Okay, let's try maybe use this one. Yeah, you can see. Okay, let me. Yeah, sometimes I usually only work with this layout and with only single 2D view, console view, that I use quite often for saving, for aligning, or because I can write command here, and that will do some sequence of operation without manual works. But right now I will add 2D view and drag and drop with control to this view. It don't have color cursor, so this will remain fixed, this view, but this one have blue cursor, and blue cursor it's mean when we click on image, it's a blue cursor, so it automatically will open image here. Okay, I will use this one. So I think, yeah, I think it's this one. Oh yeah, and it's already give me better. Okay. Yeah, this one almost not visible, but I will set, yeah, maybe, yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, it's actually a RealityCapture using this feature as a control point. It found, but I think it's only found and match this feature only on some groups of images. I will do this one. I will Approve. Okay, switch to console view. Yeah. Let's add more control points. Oh, yes. I like. Oh, no. Wait. Okay. And again, drag and drop. It's not a good one. Yeah, actually, this let's disable. This one also is not possible to use. Yeah, this one is okay. It's good. This is a good one. This is, yeah, this one is good. Before I already delete one. Yeah, it's no. It's okay. It's okay. This will delete and fix a little bit. Still, yeah, this loop completely don't use it. Yeah, because feature scale is too strong, and yeah, actually it's already have quite big error. Oh, no, I think when we will finish with this control point, I forgot to show one trick. Okay, we cannot use this one also. We can be use it. This one cannot be used. Bad one. Yeah, this one is good. Okay, yeah, let's just save. Oof. Okay. Sometimes when I work with surface that required two control points like here that can be visible both on the same camera, yeah, like here we found and here we don't have. So what the trick I usually use, it's possible to drag and drop one control point to another and do undo, Control Z after this, so all control points will go back, all images that was moved to this control point will go back to original control point. But here I will have a lot of suggestions, but the problem that they can be less correct than the one that we can use with create with other control points. But anyway, in case like this, it's only way to find as maximum as possible control points, and that's what I did. Now I need to fix them. Okay, yeah, fine. Oh, this one we cannot. It's, I think it's a feature. Okay, feature. Still, yeah. I like this kind of features that almost perfectly round. It's from backside. So you still can easily recognize the center of this feature, even if it's only as a long line or as a cycle. So you still can guess where's the center. And it's actually maybe one of the reasons why circular targets are kind of more human readable, because even for automatic target recognition, it's not so big problem to find the center of the cycle, or if it will be like April tag. It's not a problem in circular targets. It's searching of kind of center of the target, but for April tag it's still searching for the center, but using slightly different the way of computation of center of the target. And circular, they usually much easier to for people, especially if the target highly out of focus. You still can see a kind of gradation from something to the center, and you can see the center. So that's why the feature that I'm working right now, this control point, it's work really well for its purpose. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Sometimes I can hover over these control points and looking to 3D view. I can automatically delete some, but yeah, it's maybe not this time. Delete, enable, delete better. It's enable, delete, enable, delete, enable, fix and enable. Okay, I think this is okay. It's from backside, it's okay. Delete, okay. Yeah. So that's my laziness. So instead of better planning, instead of think a little bit more, or maybe some patterns on scanning, I just scan it quickly, and this CT 2 or 2.5 hours from my city. So now I don't think I will visit this city in the near future, so definitely will try to fix this scan. Yeah, and actually it's so after all these experiments with this scan, where I first found that it can be really nice example of bad scan, and a good example how it's possible, still possible, to try to fix this scan as good as possible before going to sculpting that I usually prefer to avoid, especially on big areas, and especially on surfaces like this, because to correctly fix surface shifts like this, you cannot just smooth them out. It's actually better to it's still possible, yeah, in ZBrush, but you need to select this area with mask and use gizmo to rotate this surface, because if you just smooth this area, it will give you incorrect. It still will be visible, like a hill or something, but original model have really nice smooth shape, and it's will look suspicious if I will try to fix this directly in ZBrush. So now I'm trying to oh, it's already 122 points, and because we have a lot of points here, we can drag and drop this point back, to first one, and Ctrl Z, so it remove all cameras and left only suggestions. Okay, let's switch to this. Yeah, it's still a lot of on the back side, but a lot of wow. It's really already forgot. Yeah. Oh, but it's okay. Yeah, because when I approve the control point and adjust its position, it's already adjusted. RealityCapture adjusted. Okay. Delete this enable, delete, enable. Okay, let's like enable. The butcher, it's experimental code that I start to work in now. So usually I use, especially at work, I use RealityCapture command line batch processing, and for single scans, or how to say, so for usual full body scans or facial scans, it's usually don't need any kind of additional tool, but because RealityCapture right now we're allowing to run more than one instance at the same moment on same PC, and if you have a lot of small scans, it's now possible to try to run different steps of processing on different instances in parallel. So if aligning or just importing images. It's purely CPU or just required disk reading. But in that moment, if you're using only one instance, you just not use all your PC resources. And this, if it will work, this RealityCapture, it should allow to asynchronous batch processing on the same PC. So it will be run import images on one or two instances that not use CPU, almost maybe third or fourth, or maybe up to maybe 4 more instances will do aligning. Other instances of RealityCapture will do depth computation and meshing. And yeah, especially this kind of steps that use GPU, it's not possible to run them in parallel. So if this batcher will work, it will control how many meshing process or depth process is going at this moment, and will allow only 1 or 2 at the same moment. But resources that use only CPU will maybe work in parallel. And I'm not really sure it can really help for usual people scans. It's maybe more interesting for studio processing, or if you have a lot of captures, assets, especially if you can, you have unified processing steps, then it maybe will be possible to put in this batcher all this, like 10, 20, 100 projects, and they will utilize all CPU and GPU resources on the single PC. So I hope it should allow to maybe even more speed up of this batch processing, just with better utilizing PC resources. But again, it's at this moment I just start to write this code, just trying to understand how to do this, how this work in C++, because yeah, I prefer to work in C++. Let's see how it's work. Okay, yeah. Control points. Today you will see dreams about control points. It will be a lot of them. A lot of them. Enable, enable, disable, delete, delete, enable. I think it's okay. It's delete and delete. Okay. So I already switched it to component. We align it after adding first 2, and let's check. Where's your 17 pixels? No, sorry, RealityCapture. 10 pixels here, or no, it's correct one. Six. $13. Okay, let's save. What I like and why I always suggest to use console view, because you always can see a lot of information from RealityCapture, how much features was detected, like a time, and you can use this command line tool, and it have after complete. So save, align, and enter. After that, okay. No, I don't considering to delete some images, at least in this step. Later, yeah, I think we should go a little bit faster. So right now I added only 3 control points, but later, so I add much more control point, and I actually tried to disable. But the problem here that it's not about it's not that kind of aligning errors that we can have when camera completely incorrectly positioned in 3D space, but here more about, so the center of images work really well, or some matches found correctly, but are areas, so it's more like RealityCapture cannot correctly estimate lens distortion, and that's why disabling images here don't really help. So I don't have this kind of bad images with completely out of focus, or like when only knee or some only arm is in focus. No, it's the problem with this data set that it have all images with a lot of sharp details. Yeah, it's only small portion of image, but still I cannot throw them away. At least I don't really want right now. Okay, oh, so it's aligned. Yeah, and I think so yeah, I first did add these 3 control point, maybe a little bit more, and after that it was took for me a couple of hours in sparse time, and after that, yeah, I decided give a try, and it was second mesh. I think it was maybe only 4 control points, and let's see. So that's what I have after first fixes, and what I can say, it's already much better. So yeah, it's still some surface shifts here, but it's already not the big areas. And technically, maybe if it was actually this one still some issues, but with that heroes, it's already maybe possible to go to ZBrush and fix this, but because I see that it's working, and I still want to make it a little bit better. So after that step, I understood that I still need to add more control points, and actually, yeah, I still have this area backside. By the way, let's check how it was on the first. Yeah, actually, this surface was a little bit better on first mesh. No, it's not so bad, but add some noise. So it's actually a little bit recovering some areas, but some areas become have slightly different type of issues. But anyway, it's better than was before. And my next goal was to add more control points around this model, trying to see what areas need to be fixed. Still, yeah, this arm still need. And I don't remember exactly, but as soon as I have this stand that looks like a good choice for control points, I also decide to add control points to the corners of this. And actually this is some pitfalls with these kind of control points. They maybe looks like a perfect choice, but I will show why they're not the best and how you should use them to minimize bad impact from this kind of control points. Okay, okay, let's delete this one and go back. Yeah. Okay, let's close all control points. Okay, I think maybe in 8 o'clock we will finish. 2 hours, it can be hard for everyone. Okay, let's name corner front. It's not needed. What? No. Made a mistake. Okay. The control point. And here how actually looks these corners on image. The main problem, even this is kind of sharp corner, but actually it's the bevel and extremely hard to set control point exactly on this corner. Yeah, so it don't have a perfect shape. It's not really visible on different views. On some views it can be recognized as a center, like here, but here it's hard to guess where I should set a control point. So at first looks, this area on scan can be used as a good control point, but actually these control points can be only used as some sort of helpers. And because I know that precision of this control point way lower than precision of that control point, I decide to change the weight of this control point from 10 to 1. So I will set to 1 because it's like lowest precision. Later, I think I use it maybe less precise control point, but still not as bad as this one. There I set 5. By default, it's 10. And anyway, I need to add more control points here. And actually, this, no. Yeah, it's hard to work with these kind of control points. But still, I will put control point here. I will put on this image. So working with this control point and all this corner, and I will set all these 4 corners just to help sparse points or bundle to be adjusted more precise, because yeah, this is a flat surface, and it's better to tell to RealityCapture about this area. But still, yeah, work with these control points is more annoying because they actually visible from many cameras, and it's better to set them on as many cameras as possible, just to kind of glue all clusters of cameras that can see this control point. Okay, yeah, it's not so good, but let's set somewhere. Okay, and drag and drop. Enter. To be honest, I don't feel that added these control points was increase precision of final result. But anyway, I still decide to add all of them just because I already have experience with such complicated scans, and in that case, especially when object is only part of images and don't feel full image, I try to set as far control point as I can. So actually later I even set a control point here on the corner of the wall. It's also not the best one, but at least it have a pretty nice shape, and it's possible to recognize out of focus this dark area in the center, and I even use it control point here just only because it's not enough features detected on these areas, and RealityCapture cannot perfectly estimate lens distortion model. Not model, lens distortion itself. Okay, so which control points? So yeah, I added control points here. I added control. Let's check. So after the next attempt, a little bit become a little bit better this area, but this area is still required. Still become slightly smoother. Yeah, here I have surface shift, and I think it's some cameras. And so I think I work with this scan almost like 3 or 4 days in spare time. And somewhere when I already added almost like 20 control points, yeah, again, I will show you. Yeah, so corner, it have weight 1 instead of 10. But this control point, for example, this one actually much better as a control point because it have good contrast, even if I cannot precisely place on some images, but 0.9. But still much easier to recognize this control point than actually like corner like this that not. And as a result, I have for point number 9. Yeah, I have weight 10, default weight. 11. Yeah, I think 13. Yeah, it's still 10 because it's metal surface, and from some views some points can be visible as a white or as a black. No, it's just always visible. Yeah, this one maybe from first looks like a perfect feature, but it have really weird shape, too big, and actually it's visible from not so many cameras, so I not use it this. I prefer to use this spot as a control point than maybe other. And yeah, so when I added a lot of control points, and it's already was third meshing, and still some control points have this kind of arrows, and I get that I forgot about one thing. I still work it with grouped images, and I still work with images that use only Brown 3 lens distortion. And first thing that I decided to try, so yeah, that I usually doing, but this time I just completely forgot. So usual workflow, import images, group them, align, maybe use control points to fix if needed. And after that, before final meshing, I always ungroup images and do like one more refinement that allow RealityCapture slightly adjust per camera lens distortion, focal length, or something. And yeah, so I give a try So I just ungroup it. But I actually don't remember. Did I only ungroup it or ungroup it and switch it to brown 3 plus tangential? And actually it's become already better than group it. It still have these small surface issues, still have these areas, but overall looks much clear. Yeah, even backside become a little bit better. This leg still need control point. So it's still better to remember that before meshing, if you scan from hand, if your camera have and lens have optical stabilization, or in body in IBIS stabilization, it's always better to ungroup, enable tangential model, and refine. Because yeah, when you move with camera handheld, sensor moving, you focus, breathing, and it's every camera have slightly different lens intrinsics. In most cases with handheld scans, this can help. But in some worst case scenarios, it's better do not ungroup. So it's not a simple answer, group or not ungroup. You always need to see what's better to do, group or ungroup. Maybe even a couple of times reconstruct. And yeah, so I see that ungrouped images with my control points works much better already. Technically, maybe it's already possible to export and fix surface in ZBrush, but I will work with this later. And because yeah, I found that I forgot to ungroup, and I always try to fix this issue with surface shift. I thought, okay, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe if I will ungroup original aligning and just without control points, just try to align, ungroup it. So yeah, I give a try, and this mesh is ungrouped images without control points from the first one. I just made this to be sure that it was work or not. And actually, yeah, it's better than so this is with grouped images with brown 3 only. It's a lot of surface shifts. And this one, ungrouped images, brown 3 tangential, and it's already much better. So maybe if I not forgot about this on the first, maybe I try to fix with some aligning tweaks, aligning settings. But I still see that just ungrouping will not help. So ungroup it. Yeah, actually, Some areas better, some not. So this scan still a puzzle for me. How perfectly fix this, and it's actually not so bad, because if you only scan without any issues, and if some issue will happen, you will never have some ideas how to fix them, because when you work, this is the client work, and something can happen, or you will have no time to capture everything perfectly, or just, I don't know, maybe hardware issues. So you need to be ready for all possible issues that can give you scan, to fix them in actual work, in the client work. Then be in the situation when all your scans was perfect, you like can scan with closed eyes, but that one is just not work. So yeah, it's definitely better to have a scan that can be used right after align. It's quite fun to find how you can fix your own mistakes. Yeah, and don't remember. So maybe this one, the latest. What also we can see in this, I don't use it inspector tool at this until this moment, and actually I decided to check inspector tool much later, and let's see what it can give us, because actually I don't really well understand. So I understand inspection tool and understand what it showed to me, but sometimes it's still a puzzle for me how I can use this information. Inspector tool. Okay, deselect. Misalignment detection. So I set inspection tool to misalignment detection. Misalignment threshold for detector sensitivity, and this deselect. So inspector tool show me the clusters of cameras that have aligning issues. So this cluster of cameras and their connection that maybe have good relation, they have only the work well for maybe the front area, but between this cluster and this cluster, maybe not so much tracks, good tracks, and so most of issues you will have deselect. Yeah, no. Okay. Control. So most of issues you will have somewhere in between. So maybe what I will try to do with this scan later, I will try to add a little bit more control points between these clusters. Yeah, just trying to glue them. And another, actually, yeah, I need to learn a little bit more about this inspector. It's rarely needed for me, but I had a couple of scans that will be nice to use. And another idea, what I probably will try to do with this scan, my first camera loops, so maybe I'll try align first 3 loops, or loops that have the same distance from camera sensor to object. I think, yeah, this, it's maybe not, let's try to do this. View, pass. Up to 1138. 1138. Okay, yeah, so maybe in this thing I will temporarily disable I think now I will switch to Brown 3 with tangential distortion, and I will group images back, and no, not here, it's another instance. Okay, let's use no. Okay. Right. View pass 39. We'll disable. Group. I'm in settings. Yeah, change to brown tangential. And we'll try yeah, so, and we'll check how, and again, by the way, actually, maybe I will disable. So first we'll align without control points using the latest alignment. What? Ah, okay, fine. And after that, enable images, but I already see this give me some errors. Maybe I should add a little bit more points. So I don't know, maybe I will give a try to align some loops, maybe made them work well, and after that not this, deselect, and after that I will no, select all aligned images and lock pause to continue, and we'll add next images. So I'm not really sure. It's definitely worth to try to fix, and I would prefer to fix this 3D scan in RealityCapture, then fix this in sculpting software, because I always like to preserve as much original details as possible. Okay, let's see how inspector tool. Deselect. No, looks like, yeah, looks like because the shirt was use 20mm lens here, so I think just remind for myself next time use 50mm lens. That maybe will require a little bit more time to scan, but it will give me less issues later in attempts to fix this bad capture. Yeah, so even I have problem with scans, actually quite often, patterns and I would say, so actually don't really like to plan anything, even if I recommend to anyone to do this, because I know if you're in rush, if you too lazy, you will spend on capture less, but you will lost more time on post-processing, on fixing, or on trying to find workarounds. Okay, we have 5 minutes. If you have any questions. What issue does 50mm solve that 20mm made worse? Regarding wide lenses, so be extremely careful with wide lenses and with televic lenses. Too wide lenses and too narrow lenses, they both can even not work. With wide lenses, especially wider than 20mm, I hear that people had good still had good results with up to maybe 18 millimeter lenses, but 15 millimeter lenses, it's almost 90-degree angle, and these lenses I think only usable for interior scans when you have when you inside object that you scan, and where you know so if like lens like this and you have the wall yeah, and if you have the walls like this, and then even side of image of view still look to some surfaces at like slightly to surface, and this actually usable. So for interiors, for something close, yeah, you can try to use 18 millimeter, but yeah, be careful with this, because even if this lens is usable, you still need to be extremely careful on how you point the camera to surface. Again, it's everything about features that cameras see. So if you capture like this, and if you don't have distortions here and maybe feature that visible by this camera here, and if you move it kind of like this camera, it don't have so much difference in the shape of this feature, so it can be matched between these two cameras. But feature that cameras see from this high angle and another camera that will see like this, it just cannot match these two features. So you need to control and do not capture surfaces that will not work. So it's usable, but without practice, I don't think it's so easy to have a good results. Plus, it's still, even if camera don't have lens distortion, it's still feature distortions that kind of can create issues. Yeah, 50 millimeter. Yeah, 15 millimeter and versus 20 millimeter. Yeah, it's about field of view. So with 50 millimeter, not 50. Yeah, 50 millimeter is, it's 40 degree. Oh. No. So if this 20 millimeter lens and this is almost 83 degree, then 50 millimeter lens will be half, let's see, 40 degree. So it's even smaller. And in that case, using 50mm lens, I will definitely will never try to capture surfaces like this. So I will try to capture more like this. So I will have more object. Maybe only part of this object will be visible in on image, but it will use more pixels on image and will use more will have more features that can be used to match these features between different images, and that will give much better tracks between cameras and much more robust alignment. Yeah, it will require more works. So instead, if using 20mm lens, yeah, I decided I can have only 3 elevation loops. Actually, yeah, so because yeah, I thought I see 3 times I see object on these elevation loops, but it's better. You can see, so it's slightly better. Maybe add 2, 3 more elevation levels. How much time? Maybe 10-15 minutes more of capture, but all features will have more similar between images, and as a result it's much easier to align. So 15-20 minutes more of capture will help me to not spend days on trying to fix all these aligning issues that I had from 20mm lens. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's the end for today. I will definitely show more workflows later, something that I will find interesting. I will definitely show about post-processing. I have a really nice workflow to work with 3D scans in ZBrush, in UV, and in case how to say, so I have sort of new workflow that don't use quads, that most of people that know me know that I don't like for static object scans, that I usually prefer to have triangles that allow better to follow the shape of object, preserve more sharp details comparing to quads. Quads is okay for human capture, for facial, for full body, but for object scans, triangles usually work much better because we don't need to animate them, I mean deform. And also this workflow hold in mind new Unreal what's the name? So I forgot, Nanit maybe. Yeah, that can handle high resolution meshes, and in this workflow I will show how to process the scan how steel made human usable, human readable UVs, and how to at the end have like multi-million polygon mesh with good UVs, and that can be used or for 3D print, high resolution 3D print, or for Unreal Engine, this nanite, or just for, can be some sort of archive for preservation, because mesh still will store a maximum possible of original details from original scan. So yeah, I definitely will show one live stream about this, and if you have some other suggestions what also will be interesting, what can fit into live stream format, yeah, I will probably show for you. So your suggestions are welcome, and thank you for spending the time with me for today. Bye bye to everyone. See you next time.